And now it is time for our Bay Area baseball bit. As usual, we are joined by our insider extraordinaire, Alan Stiles. Alan, thank you for joining us as usual. We'll start with the trade deadline. The Giants made a move. They acquired Kris Bryant. Now, you said a couple weeks ago he would actually maybe be a good fit for the A's. The Giants swooped in. They got him. He had his first game today, second at bat, goes deep. How dangerous does Kris Bryant make this Giants team as they prep for a postseason run?
Yeah, I think the Giants did exactly what they needed to do in getting Kris Bryant because, number one, we know the Dodgers are not playing around getting Max Scherzer and Trey Turner. So they're going to keep that heat on the Giants until basically the end of the season and into the playoffs. And number two, Evan Longoria isn't getting any younger. So you bring in a guy like Kris Bryant, who we all know the Giants have been basically playing better than everybody expected. But now with Kris Bryant, you can assume that, okay, maybe the Giants can win the NL West. Maybe they can really try to win a title. And moving forward, having Kris Bryant as a staple in this lineup is going to make them extremely dangerous for this season and seasons to come.
The A's made a trade, too, perhaps a little bit less well-received than the Kris Bryant trade. They sent Jesus Luzardo to Miami for Starling Marte. Not a big fan of that move for a lot of people. What did you make of it?
If it becomes more than the typical A's rental, then maybe we'll look at this differently. But as it stands right now, I wasn't high on it, not because I have any problems with Starling Marte, but they needed to do more and they didn't. Pitching is one of the situations that they've been struggling with, and they got rid of a pitcher. So I understand that they did need that pop. I've talked about it on this segment before, but the bottom line is they need more and they didn't do enough. So Starling Marte is a little bit of a splash. They really needed a big splash to compete with the Astros and possibly win the AL West.
All right, Alan, the Giants and Dodgers have kind of been playing chess all season long. Every series they've played has pretty much been must-see baseball. They've come down to the wire, really tight games. The Dodgers go out, they get Trey Turner, they get Max Scherzer. The Giants counter, they get Kris Bryant. They're 3 games ahead of the Dodgers as it stands on this Sunday. Going forward, what do you think is the Giants' Achilles heel, something that could hold them back as they're trying to fend off the defending World Series champs?
Well, their greatest strength could also be their greatest weakness, and that's starting pitching. We know how well they did in the first half of the season. The question is that who these guys really are, or are they going to come back to earth a little bit? And you've seen Kevin Gausman struggle. Johnny Cueto has kind of been hit or miss, and the deeper that they get into the season, closer to the playoffs, pitching becomes that much more important. And we like the Giants offense. We know they have a bunch of home runs. We know they have power guys, but it's a little bit different when the pitching isn't 10 for 10 and you're playing from behind, and you don't want to have to do that come the fall and come the playoff run. So I think it comes down to pitching. It always does. And if these guys can't continue to perform at the level that they have been, it's going to be tough for the Giants to hold on to this.
Might be tough for the A's, too. You said you feel like they didn't do enough in this trade. Do you still think they could be set up for a playoff run?
Maybe it'll be the opposite that we see with the A's. So many years we've thought that this was going to be the year for the A's, and they have these high expectations and they haven't come through. Maybe this is a year they sneak in because there's less pressure on them. That could be the case, but as it stands right now, I don't see them winning the AL West, and I don't see them making any type of splash in the playoffs just because the other teams in the American League are so tough. You have the Astros, you have the Red Sox, you have the Blue Jays, you have all these teams that are just top to bottom as it stands, just better than the A's. And I think that's why A's fans are a little frustrated at this point in time because they just didn't do enough. But stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see it all play out. Well, there you have it, folks. That's your Bay Area baseball bit. Alan, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back after a quick break.